There are a lot of bizarre things in the world, and in this video, we'll unravel some of the most bizarre finds. From an intriguing doll made of bones to a 1.8 million year old human tooth, here are the 20 strangest things recently discovered. Number 20. 1,000-year-old dolls made of bones. In Israel, an archaeological discovery captured the attention of people around the world. A 1,000-year-old doll made of bones. The doll was discovered in the ruins of Usha, a site near the city of Haifa in northern Israel. Archaeologists and historians have since studied the discovery to learn more about it. The doll is made of the bones of different animals, including birds, cows, and camels. Each doll was intricately made. The bird's beak and wings were removed, and the bones were carefully carved and arranged to create the shape of a human figure. The doll's arms and legs were then connected. The doll's head is small, but its features were carefully carved. While the doll's exact purpose is unknown, it's believed to have been created during the Islamic period in the 11th century. It's possible that the doll was used in a ritual or religious context, as bone dolls have previously been found in other archaeological sites in the region. It may have been a toy for a child or a decorative object for a household. Regardless of its purpose, the doll provided valuable insights into the daily life of people in Israel a millennium ago. It's a testament to the creativity and ingenuity of people in the past. It also shows the role of dolls in human culture as objects that have been used for centuries to entertain, comfort, and educate. The doll has been carefully preserved and studied by experts at the Israel Antiquities Authority, who have used advanced techniques such as computed tomography scanning to examine its structure and composition. These studies have revealed fascinating details about the doll's construction, including the fact that the bones used to make it were not from a single species, but from several different animals. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now. Number 19. Art dropping. Have you ever seen a painting while walking down a random street? If so, you might have discovered art that you can adopt. Art dropping, also known as art abandonment or art giving, is a unique form of artistic expression where artists leave their work in public places for anyone to find and keep. This trend has become increasingly popular in recent years, with artists of all levels of expertise and mediums participating in art dropping events worldwide. The concept of art dropping is based on the idea of giving back to the community to spread joy and creativity. Artists create small pieces of art, such as paintings, drawings, sculptures, or even written notes, and then leave them in public places for strangers to discover. The art can be placed in parks, streets, public transportation, or any other location where it's easily visible. Art dropping has become a popular movement due to its ability to connect artists with their audience in a unique and meaningful way. It allows artists to break away from traditional galleries and exhibitions and connect with people outside of the art world. By leaving their work in public spaces, artists can reach a wider audience and make their art more accessible to the general public. Art dropping is a way for artists to spread positivity and inspire others. It can brighten someone's day and leave a lasting impression on the person who finds the art. This is especially true during times of hardship or crisis when people need hope and encouragement the most. Number 18. Hidden sketches underneath Da Vinci painting. Leonardo da Vinci's The Virgin of the Rocks is a stunning masterpiece that has captivated art lovers for centuries. Painted in the late 15th century, this work of art depicts the Virgin Mary, baby Jesus, and John the Baptist in a rocky landscape. However, what many people may not know is that there are hidden sketches beneath the surface of the painting. Recently, a team of researchers used high-tech imaging techniques to examine the painting in detail. They discovered several hidden sketches underneath the surface, including a rough outline of the composition and several different variations of the figures. These hidden sketches revealed the creative process behind the painting. It's clear that Da Vinci experimented with different poses and compositions before settling on the final version. For example, one of the hidden sketches shows the figures in a slightly different position, with Mary holding her arm up and John the Baptist standing further back. Another exciting aspect of the hidden sketches is how they revealed Da Vinci's interest in science and nature. One of the sketches shows a plant that's not present in the final version of the painting. This plant has been identified as an alpine snowbell, a species that grows in the mountains of Europe. This suggests that Da Vinci may have been observing and studying the natural world around him as he worked on the painting. These hidden sketches have sparked much debate among art historians and enthusiasts. Some believe that the sketches were simply part of Da Vinci's creative process and were never intended to be seen by anyone else. Others speculate that the sketches may have been a deliberate attempt to add complexity and depth to the painting, or that they were a way for Da Vinci to convey hidden meanings or symbolism. To this day, Da Vinci continues to intrigue not only art enthusiasts, but ordinary people all around the world. Number 17. 525 million year old sea creature. A team of researchers discovered the fossilized remains of a peculiar creature that has long been extinct. This creature, named Cardiodictyon, is unlike any other that has been discovered before. What's particularly fascinating about this creature is that it bears a striking resemblance to a spaceship. The overall shape of the creature is reminiscent of a spaceship, with the smaller cones looking like the thrusters that would propel it through space. The Cardiodictyon is estimated to be around 525 million years old, and its discovery has sparked a great deal of interest and intrigue in the scientific community. The Cardiodictyon is believed to have lived during the Cambrian epoch, a period of time that occurred between 541 to 485 million years ago. This was a time when the Earth was significantly warmer than it is today, and the oceans were much more diverse in terms of the species that inhabited them. The Cardiodictyon belonged to a group of vertebrates that are known for their ability to form colonies. The Cardiodictyon was not the first of its species to be discovered, but it was undoubtedly one of the most interesting. Its unique shape and size made it stand out from the rest, and it quickly became the focus of intense study and research. Scientists were particularly interested in the Cardiodictyon's ability to form such a complex and intricate structure. The Cardiodictyon was an animal with a segmented trunk. More than 500 million years ago, this animal roamed the seafloor as one of the creepiest creatures. It had more than 20 stubby legs with no joints. It was also covered with armor-like plates, making it look like a species unlike any animal that exists today. Number 16. Earliest evidence of horse riding. Horse riding is a fundamental part of human history, with evidence of their use dating back thousands of years. Recently, archaeologists have uncovered new evidence of the earliest horse riding in the world, with the discovery of 5,000-year-old skeletons in Hungary, Romania, and Bulgaria. The remains were found in burial mounds called kurgans, which were between 4,500 to 5,000 years old. The earthen burial mounds belong to the Yamnaya culture, a group of people who lived in Eurasia during the Copper Age. These people were known for their reliance on horses, not only for transportation, but also as a source of food. The discovery of the skeletons provide the earliest direct evidence of horseback riding. Along with skeletons, the remains of horses and chariots were found. The bones showed evidence of stress and wear patterns consistent with riding, as well as injuries that suggest falls from horses. This indicates that these Copper Age equestrians were not only riding horses, but also using them for hunting and warfare. The discovery of the ancient skeletons has important implications for our understanding of the development of human culture and technology. The use of horses for transportation and warfare was a significant milestone in human history, allowing for faster, more efficient travel and the expansion of empires. The ability to ride horses also required the development of specialized equipment, such as saddles and stirrups, which profoundly impacted the evolution of technology. The Yamnaya culture was also notable for its domestication of horses, which likely played a significant role in the development of horseback riding. The domestication of horses allowed for selective breeding and the development of stronger, more robust animals that were better suited for riding and other uses. New evidence might turn up in the future, but for now, we know that our ancestors recognized the capabilities of horses as early as 5,000 years ago. Number 15. Roman-era sarcophagus made of lead. The Roman-era sarcophagus made of lead from the metropolis of Gabi is a unique and intriguing piece of history that sheds light on the burial practices and beliefs of the ancient Romans. The sarcophagus, which was discovered in Gabi, a city located in central Italy, is believed to date back to the 4th or 5th century AD and is considered one of the most significant archaeological finds of its kind. It's made entirely of lead, which was a high-value material used in ancient Roman times. The lead was carefully crafted into an intricate and ornate design, featuring scenes from ancient Roman mythology and religion. One of the most striking aspects of the sarcophagus is the level of detail that went into its creation. The figures and scenes depicted on its surface are incredibly intricate, and it's clear that a great deal of skill and craftsmanship went into its production. The sarcophagus features a number of different figures, including Roman gods and goddesses, as well as representations of various animals and mythological creatures. The metropolis of Gabi itself is also an important historical site. It was a major city in ancient Rome, and it played a significant role in the political and economic affairs of the region. The discovery of the lead sarcophagus is just one of the many archaeological finds that have been made in the city over the years, and it provides a glimpse into the rich history and culture of the ancient Romans. Number 14. 15 wallets from the 1940s. In the year 2022, a remarkable discovery was made in an old abandoned house in a small town in the United States. 15 wallets were found buried in the corner of a room. The wallets dated back to the 1940s, each telling a different story. The wallets were found by a group of students who were exploring the old house. The students were amazed when they opened the wallets and saw what was inside. Each wallet contained different items, such as old photographs, letters, identification cards, and some cash. The items in the wallets showed a glimpse into the lives of the people who owned them. One of the wallets belonged to a soldier who fought in World War II. Inside the wallet, there were pictures of his family and his sweetheart back home. There was also a letter from his mother, which he had carried with him throughout the war. The letter gave him hope and reminded him why he was fighting for his country. Another wallet belonged to a young woman who worked in a factory during the war. Inside the wallet was a picture of her and her co-workers, all of them dressed in overalls and work boots. There was also a paycheck stub, which showed how little she was paid for her hard work. The wallets are not only a window into the past, but also remind us of the struggles and hardships people faced during that time. The war significantly impacted people's lives, and the wallet showed how they coped. Some of the other wallets were very plain and had little inside. The discovery of the wallets was a reminder that history is not just about what we read in books or see in movies. It's also about the everyday lives of people who lived through those times. The wallets were a time capsule that gave us a glimpse into the past and reminded us of the sacrifices people made for their country. Number 13. Void in the Pyramid. The pyramids of Egypt have fascinated people for centuries. These impressive structures were built thousands of years ago, yet they still stand tall and proud today. One of the most intriguing features of the pyramids is the void that was recently discovered in the Great Pyramid of Giza. This void has sparked much debate and speculation among historians and archaeologists, as no one knows for sure what it was used for. The void in the pyramid was discovered in 2017 using a new technology called muon radiography. This technology lets scientists see through the pyramid's thick stone walls and detect voids or cavities inside. The void is located above the Grand Gallery, a long corridor that leads to the king's chamber. There are many theories about what the void could have been used for. Some believe that it was a burial chamber for a pharaoh or a queen. Others think that it was a storage room for treasures or offerings. Some even believe that it could have been an escape route for the pharaoh in case of an emergency. Despite all these theories, the truth is that no one knows for sure what the void was used for. This is because there's no direct access to the void, and it's impossible to see inside. This has led to much frustration among archaeologists and historians who would like to know more about the pyramid's construction and purpose. Despite the mystery surrounding the void, its discovery has brought new attention to the pyramids and their importance in Egyptian history. Number 12. 7-foot sword and mirror for demon slaying. In Japan, the samurai warrior class was revered for their bravery, skill, and honor. These warriors were trained in the art of sword fighting and were responsible for protecting their lord and their country. One of the most fascinating weapons used by samurai was the 7-foot sword, or nodachi, used for demon slaying. Along with the sword, samurai also used a mirror to reflect the demon's true form and weaken them. The 7-foot sword was a massive weapon that required great strength and skill to wield. It was longer than a standard katana sword and was used primarily by foot soldiers on the battlefield. The nodachi was particularly effective against enemy cavalry, as its length allowed the samurai to strike from a distance. However, the nodachi was also used for demon slaying, which was a common belief in Japan at the time. The samurai believed that demons could take on human form and could be hiding among the people. To defeat these demons, the samurai needed special weapons and tools. One of these tools was the mirror, which reflected the demon's true form. The mirror was believed to have magical powers and could weaken the demon's strength. The samurai would use the mirror to shine a light on the demon, revealing their true form, and then strike with the nodachi to defeat them. The use of the 7-foot sword and mirror for demon slaying was not only a physical battle, but also a spiritual one. The samurai believed that they were fighting for the safety and well-being of their community, and their actions were guided by a strong sense of duty and honor. Today, weapons for demon slaying are still celebrated in Japanese culture. They're often featured in anime and manga, as well as in video games and other forms of media. The nodachi and mirror are a reminder of the rich history and traditions of the samurai warrior class and their importance in bravery, skill, and honor. Number 11. Organoids. The human brain is one of the most complex and fascinating organs in the body, and scientists have been studying it for centuries to try and understand its functions and processes. In recent years, researchers have been using a new technology called organoids to create miniature versions of the brain in the lab. One of the most exciting, or should I say alarming, developments in this field is the creation of a brain organoid with an eye. Yep, just when you thought science couldn't get crazier, experts suddenly managed to create a brain replica with its very own eye. But before you freak out, you should know that these creepy experiments might help us in the future. Organoids are three-dimensional structures that are grown from stem cells in a petri dish. They're designed to mimic the structure and function of human organs, allowing researchers to study diseases and test potential treatments in a controlled environment. Brain organoids are particularly useful for studying neurological disorders such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, as they can replicate some of the symptoms of these conditions. The brain organoid with an eye is a recent development in this field, and it has attracted a lot of attention from researchers and the media. The organoid is made up of cells from the human brain and retina, which are grown together in a petri dish. The creation of this organoid has significant implications for the study of vision and neurological disorders. Researchers can use it to study how the brain processes visual information and to test potential treatments for conditions such as retinal degeneration and optical neuropathy. It could also help to shed light on the development of the human brain and how it's affected by the environmental factors and genetic mutations. However, ethical concerns surround the creation of brain organoids, particularly those with complex structures such as an eye. Some critics argue that these structures could become conscious and suffer, leading to ethical questions about using human cells in research. Number 10. Mysterious river cubes. The river cubes are a collection of ancient artifacts discovered in the Indus Valley region of India. These artifacts, which date back to the 3rd millennium BCE, are made of fired clay and were used for various purposes, including gaming and divination. For some strange reason, however, about 60 of them ended up in the rivers of Europe. Recently, dozens of dice-like lead tokens were discovered by kids who were frolicking in a river in England. Metal fishers fished out more silver metal cubes over the span of several days. The river cubes, which are what the locals called the artifacts, were created by molding wet clay around river pebbles, which were then fired in a kiln to create a rigid, durable surface. The cubes were often decorated with intricate designs and symbols, which were thought to have spiritual and religious significance. One of the most fascinating aspects of the river cubes is their use in gaming and divination. The cubes were often used in a game called the Game of Ur, which was popular in ancient Mesopotamia and Egypt. The game involved throwing 4 dice-like objects, such as the river cubes, and moving pieces around a board based on the results of the throws. In addition to gaming, the river cubes were also used for divination, or the practice of seeking knowledge of the future through supernatural means. The cubes were often cast onto a table or other surface, and how they landed was believed to reveal insight into the future. Some of the designs on the cubes, such as the serpent and the tree, were thought to have specific meanings and associations with the supernatural world. But how did these cubes end up in the river in the first place? Researchers say the prayer was successful only when these cubes were thrown into the running water. Number 9. Massive earthworm. In 2022, a family in New Zealand made a surprising discovery in their backyard: a giant earthworm measuring 3 feet in length. The massive worm was found by a 9-year-old boy named Barnaby, who was digging in their backyard. The discovery of the giant earthworm caused quite a stir in the scientific community. The worm was identified as a species called the New Zealand giant earthworm, which is known for its impressive size and unique biology. These earthworms can grow up to 1.5 meters long and can weigh over a kilogram. I don't know about you, but the massive earthworm was incredibly horrifying to look at. Even the boy's family couldn't believe their eyes when they first saw the child carrying the worm. Thankfully, it's just a worm and not a snake. A 3-foot snake is definitely more problematic than a harmless earthworm. Number 8. 1,300-year-old grave filled with treasure. Archaeologists in the United Kingdom have made an exciting discovery at a burial site that could shed new light on the country's ancient past. A gold necklace believed to be more than 1,300 years old has been found at a site in the East Midlands region of England. The ornate necklace, which is made up of gold beads and pendants, was discovered during an excavation of a Saxon cemetery. The necklace is thought to have belonged to a high-status individual, perhaps a queen or princess, who was buried with other valuable items. The discovery of the necklace provides insight into the lives of the people who lived in the region over 1,000 years ago. The necklace is a testament to the skill and craftsmanship of the period and reflects the wealth and status of its owner. The necklace is also an important reminder of the importance of archaeological research in uncovering the mysteries of the past. The excavation of the ancient cemetery has provided a wealth of information about the people who lived in the area during this period. Through careful analysis of the artifacts and burial practices, archaeologists can piece together a picture of what life was like in the region over 1,000 years ago. In time, further analysis will reveal more about the life of the woman who once owned the precious necklace. Number 7. Conjoined bat twins in Brazilian forest. In 2017, a pair of conjoined bat twins were discovered in a remote forest in southeastern Brazil. The twins, which were connected at the chest, quickly became a sensation among both the scientific community and the general public. Conjoined twins, or Siamese twins, emerged when a fertilized egg fails to separate into 2 embryos fully. As a result, the twins share specific organs and body parts. The condition is quite rare, occurring in only about 1 in 200,000 live births, according to the University of Minnesota. The discovery of the conjoined bat twins was particularly remarkable, as it was the first time that this condition had been observed in bats. The twins were discovered by a group of scientists conducting research in the forest. They immediately took the bats to a laboratory for further study. Initial examinations revealed that the twins were of the species Artibius, a common fruit-eating bat native to Mexico. The bats were male and weighed about 10 grams. The twins were joined at the chest with a shared rib cage and a single set of wings. Unfortunately, the bats died at birth or were stillborn. Further study revealed that the twins shared a spine, but they had 2 similarly sized hearts. They also had 2 separate heads, each with its own brain. The discovery of the conjoined bat twins gave scientists a unique opportunity to study a rare condition in a species that had not been previously observed to experience it. The twins also captivated the general public, with news of their discovery being widely reported by the media. The fate of the conjoined bat twins was already decided from the beginning. If the bats had managed to live, they would not have survived for long. They would likely have faced significant challenges in their natural environment, as they would have had difficulty maneuvering through the forest and evading predators. Nonetheless, their discovery represents an important milestone in research about conjoined twins and their occurrence in non-human species. Number 6. 260,000 coins in Japan. In the fall of 2021, archaeologists in Japan made an exciting discovery while excavating a site in the city of Sakai. The team uncovered a jar filled with over 100,000 bronze coins, dating back to the 15th century, each measuring nearly 24 inches in diameter. The coins are believed to have been owned by a samurai, a member of the Japanese warrior class who were prominent in the country's history. The jar was found buried in the grounds of the ruins of the Kozoji Temple, located in the Saitama Prefecture, north of Tokyo. The location is also a site known for its ties to samurai culture. The discovery of the jar is incredibly significant, as it provides a glimpse into the lives of the samurai and their economic activities during this period. The coins themselves are also of interest to archaeologists and historians. They're thought to be Chinese Ming Dynasty coins, which were in circulation in Japan at the time. The coins were likely used for trade or as a form of payment for the samurai. The discovery of the jar of coins is just one example of the many fascinating discoveries that archaeologists have made in Japan over the years. Japan has a rich history and culture that spans thousands of years, and excavations like this one provide important insights into the lives of its people. Number 5. Jaw of first European hominid. In 2021, archaeologists in Spain made an exciting discovery, a 1.4 million-year-old jawbone that may belong to the oldest known human relative in the country. The jawbone was found at a site in the Atapuerca Mountains near the city of Burgos in northern Spain. This region has also yielded many other important discoveries over the years. The jawbone is believed to have belonged to a hominin, a member of the human family that includes both modern humans and their extinct relatives. This 1.4 million-year-old jawbone provides evidence of the earliest known human presence in Spain, pushing back the date by hundreds of thousands of years. The jawbone is also important because it sheds light on the early evolution of our human ancestors. The shape of the jawbone suggests that the hominin who owned it had a relatively small brain but walked upright on 2 legs, which is a characteristic that's unique to humans and our ancestors. The discovery of the jawbone is just one example of the many fascinating discoveries that archaeologists and paleontologists have made over the years. Through careful analysis of fossils and artifacts, scientists are able to piece together a picture of our ancient past and gain insight into the evolution of our species. Who knows? We might discover the remains of an even older ancestor soon. Once that happens, the timeline and evolution chart that we know will change once again. Number 4. 1,700-year-old leather sandal. Have you ever wondered what people wore a millennium ago to keep themselves warm? Thanks to archaeologists, we now have an idea of what people in the past wore to endure the freezing climate. In 2021, archaeologists in Norway made a fascinating discovery, a 1,700-year-old leather sandal. The sandal was found at the bottom of a well at the Roman-era site of Vindulanda, located near Hadrian's Wall. The discovery of the sandal is significant because it provides valuable insight into the lives of people who lived in the area during the Roman occupation of Britain. A soldier or civilian likely wore the sandal, and its style and construction suggests that it was made locally. The sandal is also important because it's one of the oldest examples of footwear ever discovered in Norway. It's made from cowhide leather and features a woven design and straps that were used to secure it to the wearer's foot. The sandal is remarkably well preserved, and its condition provides valuable information about the materials and techniques used in ancient shoemaking. The footwear also helped experts recognize the steps of its wearer. Literally, experts discovered signs of textiles, arrow shafts, and frozen horse poop around the sandal, suggesting that its owner went through quite a lot before he died in the snowy Alps. Number 3. 3,400-year-old fortress in Romania. In 2021, archaeologists made a remarkable discovery in Romania. In an unexplored area, they stumbled upon a 3,400-year-old fortress. The fortress was found in the Bucharest region and is believed to have been built by the Bronze Age civilization known as the Thracians. The Thracians were powerful and influential people who inhabited the region from around 4,000 years ago until the arrival of the Romans in the 1st century AD. Despite their importance in the ancient world, little is known about their culture and society, making the discovery of the fortress all the more important. Number 2. Prehistoric era insect discovered in Walmart. In 2021, an unusual discovery was made on the side of a Walmart building in Fayetteville, Arkansas. A giant flying insect. The insect was initially identified as a type of dragonfly and quickly gained attention for its impressive appearance. However, upon closer inspection by entomologists, it was determined that the insect was not a modern species at all, but rather a species that was last seen in the area in the 1950s. The insect, known as giant lacewing, is included in a family of insects that predates the dinosaurs. Scientists thought that the insect was utterly wiped out from the area, but it turned out that wasn't the case. Even something as seemingly mundane as a Walmart building can provide unexpected insights into the natural world and our ancient past. And now, it's time for today's topic. Scientists announced something weird was going on after they discovered this. Unidentified flying objects have been a topic of fascination and mystery for decades. However, not all UFO sightings are aircraft or spacecraft. Some sightings are strange cloud formations that resemble nothing found in nature. Scientists have attempted to explain these unusual clouds by suggesting that they result from atmospheric disturbances, such as temperature inversions or wind shear. However, these explanations do not account for the strange shapes and movements reported by witnesses. Some claim that aliens disguise their aircraft as clouds to fly in our planet's skies without getting noticed. Do you believe this theory? As always, comment down below with the hashtag today's topic and let us know your opinion about what we just showed on screen. With that said, let's keep things moving. Number 1. 1.8 million-year-old human tooth in Georgia. In 2013, archaeologists made a stunning discovery in the Republic of Georgia. They discovered a 1.8 million-year-old human tooth. The tooth, which is the oldest human fossil ever discovered outside of Africa, was found in a Dmanisi archaeological site and provided significant insight into the evolution of early humans. The tooth is believed to have belonged to an early human species known as Homo erectus. This species, which is believed to have originated in Africa, was the first known human species to leave the continent and migrate to other parts of the world. The discovery of the tooth in Georgia suggests that Homo erectus was able to adapt and thrive in diverse environments, including the harsh and challenging conditions of the Caucasus Mountains. The discovery of the 1.8 million-year-old tooth in Georgia is a remarkable archaeological find, with important implications for our understanding of human evolution. The tooth is now housed in the Georgian National Museum and is a highly prized artifact for archaeologists and historians. Which of these discoveries intrigued you the most? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on the screen right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.